What's going on, great and amazing people? I am Royal with the vibes. This is our channel. Welcome to the channel. Um, I am going to give you just a brief synopsis of what is going to be happening here. Um, yeah, this is something that's been long awaited. Trust and believe, and I'm so excited to be here. Glad you're here. It's not by chance, and I also to thank my 5 subscribers for joining me. And those who just so happens pass by the channel. Again, it's not by chance. Just make sure you're subscribed so that you won't miss out on what we're going to be talking about here. So this channel is going to represent um I would say a lot of truth, right? And when I say truth, truth that people are uncomfortable with, the real truth, right? Not the fake facade stuff that's happening that people are accepting as truth these days, but this is going to address the elephant in the room. And if you know, you know. Again, this is this whole idea of this podcast um has been long awaited, and I've been manifesting and sitting on it and curing it for the longest, and here we are today. So, and just to show you, look how old this little tablet is. As it says, the vibes with Royal. This is all of my ideas that I've been collecting over time for such a day as this and such a time as this. And I forget to say happy first day of the year. Um I am very grateful to have made it into this new year, 2026. I'm gonna stay in my mix. 2026, I'm in my own mix. Yeah, I don't have to attend every party, right? I don't have to attend everything. I'll just say that. But nonetheless, excuse me, get back to the script. But that was just a little talking or whatever, a little small talk. But nonetheless, this is going to be a lot of truth here. Um, and we're going to have some interviews too. I forget to mention that. We're going to have a lot of interviews. I have crazy enough throughout my time in this life, right? I have come in contact with a lot of big people, and I am going to now begin reusing those resources. And if you know me, you know that I'm a very big fan of music. I also sing, and I that is the way that I came in contact with a lot of these big people. But I understand now why God has not allowed me to prosper in that aspect of my gift, right? I get to sing and rejoice, unto the Lord with my gift. That's how I'm using it. I'll say that. But um yeah, I get to it's just I'll just say it's such a blessing. But I get to meet I got a chance to meet all of these great people in the process of me understanding my voice and understanding music and writing and just coming in contact with great amazing people. And so I want to now begin using those very same resources to um grow my platform, of grow this show, grow our show. I'll say that because this is something that's going to be informative, not just for you all, but for me as well. Different walks of life, intriguing perceptions. It's just it's gonna be mind blowing. I can't wait. I'm in how I want to say I could see it, and at this point, I really don't care if anybody else don't see it for me. But yeah, I know that there is a purpose for um, God putting this even in my heart, right? I've been manifesting it and sitting on it and yeah, waiting for the right time for it to happen. Yep. So in hindsight, I'll say my discernment is telling me basically that uh, this is something that I think the world needs, even I need. You know what I mean? Being able to be intrapersonal with um, with people, and again, you'll probably always hear me say, and if you've ever been on any one of my other YouTube channels that were taken down, sadly enough, but we're gonna work hard to keep this one in the right standards because again, this is not something that's just beneficial for myself, but for you all as well, of beneficial for you all, but for me as well. I am a big believer in again the truth and the most high God. And hopefully that doesn't bother anyone. And if the mere mention of my faith um makes you cringe, I don't apologize because who I am is who I am. I am that I am, who God says I am, and that is why I am here before you today. But nonetheless, yes, this channel is gonna be something amazing. I can't wait to it actually um grow in the manner in which it does. I don't fret small beginnings. Yeah, I don't fret small beginnings because my first couple of YouTube channels started out small and they grew over time, and it was, yeah, something amazing. And I felt like I was touching the masses and speaking to the masses. And yeah, there's a certain kind of energy that likes to decapitate, dismantle, um, I want to say my mission, missions such as the one that I'm walking. And people like me, not just me, but people like me. And I'm sure I'm not the only person who has dealt with or will deal with this scenario. Um, yeah. And I'm sure it's not far fetched that they won't try again. I will say that. But again, I know why I'm here. I'm glad I'm here. Um, able mind, body, right? Um, walking on the side of righteousness. I'll let you know that just in case anyone um, was concerned or had a question. Um, yeah, amazing. That's all I can say. When God is in the midst, it has no other result, no other end result could it be. Victory is mine, but is ours, should I say? Because again, this is our channel and this is to inform us. I'm not exempt. All right. And I do have another channel as well for folks who are into, their spiritual, or who's in tune with their spiritual. It's called Royal Vibes, Your Intuitive Guide. If you want to tap into that channel, please do so. Like and subscribe. Share it if you will. What else? Yeah, so I'll be doing readings on that channel. This channel is strictly for the truth. And like I have zero tolerance for what's being handed out now as truth. So that's why I found it absolutely necessary for this to become a part of my life. And yeah, it had to be. I can't accept anything less than for actual factual like truth, and I go searching for my own truth. I don't expect for the truth to be handed to me. There are a lot of people that are walking around right now that are in that liking, in that mindset. And unfortunately, if that's what you're looking for, I'm gonna lead you to the truth, and I'm gonna expect for you to do the homework and go find it. Um, yeah, as I always say, a lot of people, a lot of folks should start with turning off the television. I'll say that. That's a whole episode in itself, but I'll just start with saying that turning off the television, using your own mind. My dad used to say, and I was a kid, right? My dad used to say, pay attention to what they tell you and then go find what they're not telling you and why they're not telling you. So being raised in that manner, being very analytical, pulling things apart, reading between the lines. I was taught, should I say, how to read between the lines at a very early age. When my friends was watching Scooby Doo, I was watching the news and reading the paper. And I just kept as a kid, I kind of disliked my dad because of it. He was a Vietnam veteran, right? And he had just cause for his mindset. I understand. You know, those who made it home, um, if they were in their right mind, and most of them weren't because they came home either alcoholics or drug addicts or just disabled, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, the whole 9 yards, right? Just forgotten about. But yeah, he taught us a lot of things that made us, and I say us, I'm saying, speaking of my little sister, because it was me and her and I, um, that he taught these things. And again, I couldn't stand my dad because it was like he took away my childhood. If I felt like he took away my childhood, but I feel like now I can value it and I can appreciate it because had I and my sister been in the midst of happening and the mindset of what was happening around us, you know, the majority, us following the majority, we'd be in the same hook and crook lifestyle as most people. You know what I mean? I I'm very avid on walking the road less traveled, right? And teaching people that it's okay to choose the road less traveled, you know. But that is just some of the things that we're going to be talking about here. It's a lot of truth, like I said. Um, some of my truth could show my passion, right? It can show my emotions, definitely. And emotions, when I say I might even cry here. You know what I mean? I can be vulnerable. Transparency is my thing, right? Again, growth for the channel, for me, for you, for all of us. And that is the agenda here. I'm in the process of finishing out my psychology degree. And my discernment shows me that there's so many broken people that are walking around here, right? And my mission is to help the people, right? Heal. Let's heal together, right? I hate that some of us have to spend our whole lives in a healing posture, but yeah, sometimes it's, I mean, absolute, not sometimes, it is absolutely necessary, right? For us to heal from the things that are meant to take us out, that have knocked us off of our stability, off of our, you know, our missions, set us back. We've allowed to set us back. So I am here to, again, my transparency is everything. God allowed me to go through some of the things that I went through because He trusted me with those things. And I feel like the things that we go through in life, not just me, but with anyone, the things that we go through in life are not just for us. God just chose you to go through it because you were strong enough to go through it. You were, you know, it was written for you to go through it. And nobody else could handle it the way that you did. That's why He chose you. And so at the end of it all, when you finally understood that you're favored to the point of there's nothing you can't get through, right? Once you understand that and actually being a blessing to another with that victory, meaning the story isn't just for you, it's for you to bless somebody else. It's like an obligation for you to bless another with your, not just your trials, but your victories, not just your tribulations, but, you know, again, your victories, right? So that's where we are with it. And if you have any suggestions, I'll say, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm gonna see how this works. I originally believed that it would YouTube would not allow me on because originally it would not allow me on. It told me that I had to have a certain amount of subscribers to be on. So something told me to look at it today. I mean, I'm sorry, this was not today. It was day before yesterday, the 31st, the 30th. It was the 30th. Um, and look at it and to see whether or not it would allow me on. And it did. It did. And so it's been sitting on the introduction, me filling in the description and the title and all of that good stuff for like the last couple of days because I was like, oh God, it called my bluff. It called my bluff because I didn't really believe that it was gonna allow me on. But nonetheless, I am so glad to be here. I've been feeling kind of incomplacent without my channels that I had before. I kind of felt a little bitter because I again I had quite a few subscribers and I had quite a few live videos. And when I tell you they were very like intricate, they were everything to me. Each one of them showed and I would, some people don't even like going back and listening to themselves or looking at themselves. Like I would go back and I would understand what it is that was being said because again, I am a vessel being used. You will hear me say that often. I asked God to use me a long time ago. I'm not living my will, I'm living his will. And yeah, it it man, it's just you have no idea the joy, like the joy in my heart with even saying such a thing. But I'm living his will and absolutely on a mission. Absolutely on a mission. So anything in any person, place, or thing that is not brought to me by him, yeah, eventually weans itself out. However, like God has been putting in my heart to like get back on the screen, get back on the get back into the faces of the people, the minds of the people, the hearts of the people. Because like I said, being used is something special. When you're asked to be used, it is, yeah, it's nothing to play with. I'll just say it like that. So for lack of better words, it is nothing to play with and you can't play with yourself. And I again asked for this life a long time ago because I understood that, living my own will, I mean, I could be victorious at my own recognizances. Um, you know, it is, I'll say there was some type of consistency with it. However, like as I've been standing in the Most High will, it's just been like way way different. So I understand by standing in God's will, right? That there are certain like provisions and protection and promises that comes with His will, if that makes sense. It makes very very good sense to me, but people receive as they are on whatever level that they are on. And I don't take that from anyone. You meet people where they are. And eventually, hopefully, any something I said, one thing I said may ring a bell somewhere down the line and they may be able to use it. But yeah, it's just such a blessing to be used. That's all I can say. To be used as a vessel. And that's where I'm at with it. Being used. So when I come back and I'm able to view my videos and see the things that I say, sometimes I'm like, wow, like wow. I'm in awe. I'm at wow. Like it is I can't even begin to explain to you how it also helps me. So, yeah, it may make sense to some of you and it may not, but hopefully um again you are here for a reason, and that reason is the truth. Nothing but the truth to help us God, right? Again, interviews with some amazing people, their walks and talks of life. Some that are going to be in fact everything on here is going to be massively informative, some way, shape, form, or fashion. We're going to be able to use it, internalize it, or take what we can out. As I often say, take the meat and leave the bones. Take what applies and what don't, let it fly, right? um yeah, take what you need from what you need and leave some for the rest of the other people, right? But anyway, I don't want to keep you too long. It was just a little brief synopsis or conversation about what's happening here and what we're going to be doing on this channel. It's probably not gonna be this setup. I'm not sure how I'm exactly gonna have it. I have a round table here, if you can see, and I have seating around it. So yeah, it's gonna be some nice conversations and reasoning. I would say reasoning is one of my favorite words. People like to say I'm a debater, a great debater, but I'm a reasoner, right? And I can get passionate about my reasoning, especially if I know what I know, what I know, what I know, what I know, because I ain't gotta believe what I already know, you know? So, anywho, yeah, real life, authentic, no, I'm sorry, zero tolerance. Yeah, zero tolerance for the fake ish. You know? In fact, I only I don't require nothing fake around me. And if I can get other folks to live and understand that and see from that perspective, it might, yeah. I you know how I look at this, that when they say change when you get to change one person, they say if you reach one person, you've reached enough, you've reached, you know, a lot or whatever. You've done your job. And people don't really understand who that one person is. That one person is actually you. Because when you change you, you change the world, right? And that's my perception of it. And that's where I am hoping to extend that understanding, understanding, overstanding, however you want to look at it, to those who are willing to further themselves, grow and manifest and see life in a different, I want to say, differently from what has been offered to you, what has been given to you, like literally shoved down your throat, right? So it's a whole lot of unlearning things that we have learned. Some of us are older than some of us. They say you can't teach old dogs new tricks. Well, I'll say if you're sick and tired of the lies, and sick and tired of the sick and tired, and sick and tired of being sick and tired, then maybe, yeah, that's an option. Because for me, it definitely was. I was like, Lord, show me what I'm not seeing. Please let this discernment work, honey. I'm just, and nah, it's on and popping. That's all I needed to do. Ask God for His will. But nonetheless, y'all have an amazing first day of the year. Hope y'all are safe wherever you are. And those New Year's resolutions, stick to them. I don't know what to tell you about that. Anywho, yeah, stay strong. I don't know, resilience, yeah, perseverance. It'll get you there. But yeah, don't lie to yourself. I'll just say that. But anywho, y'all be blessed and amazing people. And again, be safe wherever you are. Keep your head on a swivel. Yeah, people are out here doing some crazy things, you know. So yeah, you gotta protect yourself. All right. Peace. And until next time, yeah. Check me sooner than later. Peace. That's crazy. I did it. It don't want to end.